Welcome back to the Millennial Classics, y'all, with yours truly, Swartik Mayanja and Mumburi Makaya. Mumburi, how you doing today?
I'm doing very good.
Oh, good. Oh, good. On this podcast, we talk about the best and most memorable movies, music, and culture-changing events from our generation. This week, it's a sad, it's an exciting, it's a celebration, it's a remembrance of someone special. I think this is the newest, when I say newest, the most recent millennial classic movie we have done yet. But I think it's very important that we do this. This movie it means a lot to an entire people, to an entire culture. We're doing Black Panther, and we're doing it in remembrance of Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. He was the King of Wakanda, and he was so much more in real life.
You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be. Don't freeze.
I never freeze.
Was for us not to do this movie would be what is that thing that Stephen A says? Blasphemous.
That is blasphemous.
It would be blasphemous if we did not do this movie.
I mean, we almost did
Black
42
Panther.
instead.
Yeah, we thought about that for a couple of seconds.
Swartik wanted to do a Jackie Robinson accent, and I said that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate.
Well, Bert, why don't we try out Jackie Robinson accents just to see how it goes real quick. But yeah, I can't. There's not much more you can say about why this movie is a classic. And I just said classic because it is a classic, but it's a millennial classic specifically because the Avengers are such a big part of us. Our life, our livelihood. We talked about Iron Man last week, and Black Panther is a gem within the biggest franchise in the history of the world, in the history of cinema. Black Panther is a millennial classic. It is a classic, and I absolutely love this movie, and so much of this movie. And as a Black American, as an African American, it's nearly impossible not to love the amount of love this movie gives to the home country, right? It's a beautiful movie, and it speaks to a culture that does not get much shine in cinema, in Hollywood, and hopefully that changes. Mumburi, why do you think, do you have anything to add as to why this is a millennial classic? And then right after that, please just jump right on in to when did you watch it, and what did you remember before you rewatched?
I remember this being one of the most hyped movies I've gone to. This was one of those movies where you just bought the ticket like a week before because you weren't sure. I went to go see it opening night.
What I was saying is, I love the fact that you remember seeing this, and the fact that you said that you bought this movie ticket a week before, because there are very, very, very few movies I've bought in advance, and it was my choice. I remember buying a couple of the Harry Potters because my sister's a huge Harry Potter fan, and that wasn't my choice. I would have never done that. But I remember that what's it called? I remember this is a movie. Me and my sister, we went to go watch it. I actually wore the Shiki shirt that you gave me to the thing. I remember seeing everyone coming to that movie all dressed up, taking pictures. You know how they had those posters in front of the theater, like in the theater, outside the movie, like the actual theater. People were in line to take a picture with the poster of Black Panther. It was it was an event, and it was one of the biggest and best opening night movie experiences I've ever had.
I think it's literally top two. It's this and Gemini Man.
Why are you always doing shit like this? All right,
but I agree. This movie wasn't like a cultural event, and it showed at the box office. This movie is the highest grossing non-Avengers movie. So take that in. The most popular single character in the world is this movie, Black Panther.
Wait, what do you mean by that? How do you decide that? How do you figure that out?
Because every Marvel movie that grossed more than this is an Avengers movie.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! I did not know that, Mumburi. More than the Captain America?
This is. I'm talking about opening weekend. So this is about
okay.
I think Iron Man 3 grossed more worldwide, and I think Civil War did. But in terms of opening weekend, I mean, the budget was $200 million and it grossed 202 opening weekend. So this was a massive movie.
It made its money back the opening weekend. That is fucking amazing. That's amazing.
Box office 1.34 billion worldwide. Rotten Tomatoes 96%. Directed by Ryan Coogler, who, I mean, directed Creed, which, I mean, I think we saw that together.
Yep.
And which was a great movie. Fruitvale Station, and he was produced by Kevin Feige, who produces all of them. But as far as acclaim, this was like both cultural and critical acclaim and box office receipts. All of them hit everything. Was nominated for Best Picture, and it's the first superhero movie to get nominated.
First. Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I thought wasn't Dark Knight nominated though?
No, Dark Knight was snubbed, and then because it was snubbed, they made it 10 Best Picture movies the year after because of Dark Knight. And then it also won like 3 other Oscars for like production, costume, and sound editing, I think.
All right, we all know that Chadwick Boseman just passed away. It was surprising. It was crazy. It was kind of nuts. Like
it was out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere in such a way. Like, I remember Mamburi and I recorded Iron Man, right? And then he texted me right after Chadwick Boseman died. And I was like, I don't think that's real, right? It didn't make sense to me.
It seemed like it was a different Chadwick Boseman.
You right? You were like, Chadwick Boseman. And then the first thing I thought about was the fact that he did the 5 Bloods, and when he was prepping for that movie, because I know in that movie he dies by Spike Lee, and while he was prepping for that movie, that picture of him looking mad skinny on Instagram, and everyone was clowning him, and I felt like such an asshole. Like, I felt like such an asshole for about 10 seconds, because I remember seeing that picture and being like, holy shit, this dude is either like doing crazy drugs or he's doing that. What is it called? You like to say. What kind of acting when you get into character?
What, like method acting?
Method acting. I was like, he's either doing method acting or he's doing some crazy drugs. That was like the 2 thoughts in my mind. 5 Bloods came out and I was like, it's just method acting. It's Chadwick Boseman. He's a great fucking actor. And then you find out that he was fighting colon cancer for the past 4 years. This movie came out 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
4 years ago, that was off the heels of 42, right? This was, I mean, the fact that he did all that he did and didn't make a sound or peep. Everyone that's talking about him right now are all saying they had no idea. They didn't know. They didn't know. They didn't know. He did not want sympathy. He did not want people to feel bad for him. He made some of the greatest movies in millennial classic history, and he was struggling fighting colon cancer. He's an absolutely amazing person. Absolutely amazing person. Millennial classic. This is as classic as a millennial classic can be. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. This movie is a relic. It is going to be an all-time great. You will forever be remembered for this movie. And everything else you did. Like I said, 42, James Brown, fucking Thurgood Marshall. This is black excellence at its goddamn finest. And this movie is an exemplary, like, just shining gem of what true black culture, when shown correctly, what true black culture looks like on the movie screen. Absolutely love this movie. If you haven't, everyone that's listening and watching this has definitely seen it. And if you are watching this before you've rewatched it recently, you need to just go home, sit down, and rewatch the fucking movie, because Black Panther is fucking amazing. Catch you guys next Tuesday. Deuces.
Ibombe! 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 Ibombe!
It's fun to watch just what it means to people. At times, in my head, I'll be like, well, what does this do for the world? Like, actually, what is it? You know, is it actually valuable in this climate? And I have to say, yes, it actually is. Not because it makes people escape. I think when done right, it gives people hope. I found that it means a lot.